Hey y'all, I'm back. Welcome to Lovely J Podcast with Miss Coco. I just had finished that episode talking about the incident that happened with Bucci, with the fella named Bucci, who was beaten by the cops. Well, I decided to come back and I was a little rushed on conversation, but I decided to come back and talk about what it's like for me as a black woman living here in Candor, North Carolina, Montgomery County, North Carolina. Before I made trouble with the cops, it was the best experience. I had the best life here. I could come home. You know how many years I stayed here and I left my door unlocked and didn't have to worry about nobody coming in? I did that for at least 7 years until I started hearing people come in 2021. That's when I started back locking my doors. But in the area where I'm at, there was no crime here unless it was somebody, passing through. Other than that, no crime right here. But the few times that I did have to call law enforcement for help is what started the controversy between me and them, because I spoke up, and I spoke up for what was right. I spoke up because at the time when I seen what was going on for certain people, I've always spoke up for people. But when it came down to people speaking up for me, nobody covered my character. Nobody spoke up and said, I know that girl is not like that. I've been around her and I know she don't do that. Nobody spoke up for me. And I could be bitter about it and be like, well, I ain't never going to speak up for nobody. But no, I'm not bitter about that. Because in my eyes, it's a good thing. Because to be persecuted like the way I am and the way my name is being slandered here in this town means that I done something right. I spoke up against somebody who felt me to be a threat to them or their organization. I don't know how or why, but usually when I speak up, it's for poor, those who are sick, and those who really can't speak for themselves, or maybe they can't read well, they don't understand well. I speak up for those kind of people. And I speak up for myself. Most importantly, I speak up for myself too. I'm still cooking, y'all. But I found the last 3 years, me speaking up for myself got me on that list. Me speaking up for my family got me on that list. Because the last thing I went and said to any government official was, so you're telling me that you don't want the poor to have mobile homes. And yeah, that was the county commissioners in there. At the meeting, they put us on agenda because I was just trying to get my mama home. That's all it was. I was trying to let my mom replace her home that had burned down, let her replace it with a single wide. That was a problem. Mind you, we in the woods. That was a problem. But when we look uptown, there's all kind of single wides uptown. But they discriminated against us by not letting us replace her home with a single wide. It won't like everybody will go come put trailers down here. It was her. And even if everybody did want to put trailers down here, we should have been able to do that. We should have, like my siblings and things, my family, we should have had to live far apart, scattered. We could have been all right here and built up our own little community. But they didn't want that for us, so they clearly knocked that out. Because they didn't want it for us. So they found me to be a problem. And once you become a problem of the state or your town, you go nationwide. They put you nationwide. I really just hate certain situations like this. It's unfair. It's cruel. It's not just. It's not loving. It's not kind. It's not community-like to say, okay, I'm going to let one set of people put trailers down, but you can't just because I got a problem with you or I had a problem with your father back in the day. You know, a guy actually came to me and said he had a problem with my daddy back in the day. He said because he wanted the property and my dad wouldn't sell. Well, that guy's still here. My dad is gone, and that guy's still trying to get property. I'm almost done cooking, y'all. Don't worry, I'm not going to be on here too long talking. I think I'm just trying to talk long enough so I can stay awake. Again, what I'm trying to say is that there are crooks everywhere you turn. You're not just, you can't get them all at one time. You're going to have to break that system down to get them. Once you break the same way they choose to go off after the small fish so they can get the larger fish, that's the same way you have to do them when it comes down to getting corruption out of the government and out of these police stations and communities. This community policing, I don't even like to say it now, community policing. I don't like to say it because it's so harassing. Not even really chasing the real criminals. You're chasing innocent people half the time. The people that they are really policing is the innocent people who they know can't really fight back for themselves. Those are the people that they really knocking on, beating up, putting under their control. I don't even like that term. Community policing. Ugh. What was I going to eat this with? I am hungry, y'all. Let me see. I think I got a tortilla here. Yeah, it only works for some people. 3. I might try to eat. No, I think I'm going to do 2 tortillas. I don't see myself eating 3. Oh, yeah, let me tell y'all about Manjaro. Now, I was supposed to be talking about living here in Montgomery County. Okay, let me just tell you what it's like. Let me get it off my mind. I haven't ate really like that today, so I'm a little, I think sugar may be dropping a little. Because I haven't ate as much. That's the only thing about Manjaro. If you don't eat with it, you're going to feel horrible. Montgomery County is a great place to live. It's the people. I tell my family, I say, it's not this property, it's the people. Somebody is always jealous of somebody. Somebody wants what somebody else got. Somebody wants to be bigger. They want to go to the next level without taking the real steps to go to the next level. That's how we get corruption in here. Is when somebody wants to make it to the top without taking the steps to get to the top. And that's what I am seeing. It's a lot of, and it's always been crooked here. When it comes to the light, there's an amount of hush money paid to get people quiet. Our school system is jacked up. Because the same people that are in charge of these police departments and things, they got a hand in that too. Fire department, all that. What do we do? Do we sit back and do nothing? Or do we join forces together and do a little something? Because I can tell you right now, if you join forces with the wrong people, you're just going to end up hurt. Crying. Saying I thought they had my best interest, and you're going to find out who they really are. I look at those big scandals that Puff Daddy and Jay-Z and them got going on, and the real scandal is right here too. It's right here in our own community, our own town. There's a market for harassing. There's a market for bullying. There's a market for sex trafficking here. Need to break up some of these sex rings, and then you can get hold of those traffickers which is usually going to be the people who are in government, law enforcement, and people who carry big titles. You'll find them. They know what they like. They like porn. They like kids. They like old ladies. They like young ladies. They like fat ladies. They like skinny ladies. It don't matter. We got a lot of perverts in office. On the pulpits is full of perverts, perverted minds. If I could tell you deeply some of the things that happened to me, I don't even think it would just fly right over some people's head, because the cruelty is things that you see on movies. It's things you see on movies. I've never seen nothing like this in all the years I've been living. I didn't even know it was a market for this stuff here in our town. But it is. It's not a matter of hushing up about it. It's a matter of trying to survive through it. Ever since this thing started with me, my health has declined. Now, did my health decline naturally? No, it didn't. This wasn't a natural decline. My health did not decline naturally. It was things done that caused my health to decline. To this day, yeah, I get mad about it. I went from exercising to being very helpless. And some of the latest things that have been done has got me where I can barely walk. Yeah, you don't see me no more out in public like that because of the things that has happened to me. I can't walk. My health declined, but I'm speaking that it's coming back to life. But it did. It declined. Bad. I read a book on it, and that book said, you want to know how you know when they're really messing with you? You go from walking without canes to needing canes. We went to a school event. It was 5 of us there on canes from the same family. Let me count. Yeah, 5 of us from the same family had canes. That goes to show you how wide and spread this thing is. Oh, I was supposed to be cooking beans and forgot all about it. They canned beans, so I ain't got to worry about it too much. Five of us was on canes. And let me mention, we didn't have problems with our legs or backs. But everybody just about in the family started going through the same things. If one had a backache, we all had a backache. Start going through the same things. So they don't just go after you, they go after your entire family. Kids and all. Yep. And not just after one person. Once they set that you as a target, anybody you related to is not off limits. That's how that works. All that noise coming here, but for the most part, if what I'm going through had not started happening, I would say this is a lovely place to be, and it's a place I don't know. It's a good place to be when people don't bother you and when you're not going through harassments. Are there good people here? Just like anywhere, good and bad. For the most part, I ran into people who I thought were good. At least they were pretending to be good. And then when I really got to know who they were, I was like, oh my goodness. Let me get up out of this. Yeah. I stopped talking to a lot of people because I found out who they really were. Y'all, I really don't have nothing to say. I feel like I'm just talking in a fog right now. And it's probably because I'm hungry. Oh, let's see. I got brown rice, some chili beans and beef, chicken patty, and some tortillas. That's what I'm having. Peace, love, and happiness, y'all. I'm gone this time for real. And I probably will not come back on. Because I'm just so tired and hungry right now. Yep. Peace, love, and happiness. I'm really drained. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. But I'm a little drained. I'll talk to y'all later.